So you people who are thinking, oh, I have a reputation I have to protect, you don't have anything. You came without a reputation, you live without one. So you don't have anything you're protecting here. Your role is to seek the truth, the rest shall be added unto you. So, oh, I have a brand. Oh, I have a reputation. Oh, I love my family. Oh, I love my children. Oh, my spouse is my everything. God is your everything. Seek God first, the rest shall be added unto you. And listen to this, 1 John chapter 4, verse 18. There is no fear in perfect love and peace. Fear comes with punishment. Hey, listen to that. There is no fear in perfect love and peace. Hakuna uoga, there's no fear. That thing that you have inside you is not God. That's the spirit of evil. And the problem about that is when you have this fear, you start dragging other people into your own problems, because misery loves company. So you're busy dragging other people into your own problems so that you can feel better, because you think, the devil tells you, if you drag more people into this mess, you will feel better, only to realize you will never feel better. You will never feel better. People who have anger, people who have doubt, people who have this spirit of evil inside of them, they are so emotional, very emotional. They play victims. Every time you're trying to play a victim, you want people to actually do things that actually make you feel good. That's your own problem. Find you. And then these same people impose their anger on other people. And mothers are the ones who play this card. Imposing their anger, their issues with anger, with the father, they impose it on the children. And now these children have to suffer, because imagine taking 18 years to impose your identity in your child. And then this child will take the rest of his life trying to fix that identity problem. Because until they know how to forgive you so that they can overcome you, they will always have that spirit of evil inside them. And this is what is happening right now. Every person has the spirit of anger that was imposed in them when they were growing up. Schools, parents, friends, politicians, all of them are giving you these false identities. And you forget about yours because they shun the light and now they give you the darkness. And when you enjoy the spirit of darkness, that is evil trying to control you. You will do things that are of the dark. And until you get to forgive and go back and reunite with your biological father, you will have problems. So it doesn't matter if your father is in the trench, a drunkard like crazy, it doesn't matter. That anger you have inside you is actually coming from an emotional side of life. And that's why I'm telling you, in this world, in this moment in time, we have so many weak men and we have so many angry women. Women are angry because men are becoming so weak. And men are weak because they were raised by weak fathers and weak mothers and angry mothers, sorry. Oh, let's do this. This is Prof. Hi, Prof.
Hi, Doctor. How are you?
All is well. How are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Where are you talking to us from?
I'm from South Africa.
South Africa is in the building. Do you know God or do you know about God?
Now I know God.
Okay. How do you know God?
Because of doing good things to people, not to hate people.
Were you used to hating people?
Yeah, sometimes if someone did something wrong to me, I want to revenge. But as for now, I'm no longer that person.
And what is this that you used to call wrong things?
Like someone want to hate me, or someone want to tell lies about you.
And how would you know that these people are telling lies about you or they are hating you?
When they say things I didn't do, then it is obvious that they are lying about that.
So who do they tell?
They will tell people around or the relatives.
What if those people who were told are actually lying to you? They just want to... You see the bigger picture? Because the bigger picture dictates that you don't care about what anybody says about you. It doesn't matter, because if they are saying anything that is evil, they are not fighting you. They're just fighting the spirit of evil that is living inside them. It's the one that is controlling them to do what they are saying. Okay, so when you start seeing that these people are insulting me, they are talking bad about me, they are not. These people are living their life because they have a spirit of evil that is controlling them. And if you have a spirit of evil inside you that is also controlling you, you'll get upset when they say these things. But if you have the spirit of good inside of you, what do? You simply watch, discern evil, and what do? You make a prayer for them. You simply make a silent prayer that God helps them see light through the window that you're seeing light through.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the only thing you do. So do not expect anything from anybody, because you came alone and you will leave alone. And your role on this earth is to serve God and to find God. Once you do that, the rest shall be added unto you. And at that moment in time, you will not think you care about people. You will not empathize with anybody. You will not sympathize with anybody. You will not judge people. You will not create opinion over anything. And that's how life will be. You will not feel the need to be loved or to love, because God will control what you do. You will be a vessel that is actually working through you. So whatever he says, you will do. Just the same way, whatever Satan says, who becomes God to other people, is what they do. And they don't want to do that. But the problem is they allow Satan to live in them, and they don't want him to die. So you must die of your evil nature so that you can resurrect in the nature of good.
Okay, Doc. What about if people are asking help from you? You will help them. You see that it's now an ongoing thing.
You see, if somebody is asking for help from you, they came to you because they need it. Okay? So one, do not judge them. Do not think they are needy, because if you judge them, you're actually sinning. So what do? You only help when you're in a position to help. Don't think you're so good that you can actually give out if you don't have enough. You can only help when you have enough. And again, when somebody comes to you for help, when you have the spirit of good, it's not you who will be helping. It's the spirit of good inside you will be using you as a vessel to just help or to give. So your role is to seek that spirit of good. When you have it, everything shall be guided. You will be guided by that spirit. So you'll not have to worry about if I should give or if I should not give, because it's not you doing it. It's somebody or the spirit inside you that's actually guiding you.
Yeah, sometimes you will sacrifice or stop, or I can stop my plans because of helping others.
First things first.
Is it that okay?
First things first. You don't have any plans. Your plan depends on who is inside you. Do you understand me? When you have the spirit of evil inside you, that spirit will control you. That's the one that is making plans for you. When you have the spirit of good, that's what is controlling you. Therefore, you'll end up doing things according to the plan of that spirit, not you. We are just vessels. We experience life in this physical way. But the thing that is guiding us is the spirit inside of us. And that spirit is only two. It's either evil or good, right or wrong. So you choose the spirit to identify with, and the rest aligns. Your role is not to plan anything. Your role is to choose the spirit and let it work with you.
So you mean, as for me, or I can eat or buy cabbages and eat cabbages or buy bonds and oil bonds?
Let me ask you a question. Were you raised by both parents?
Yes.
Was your father the ultimate provider?
Yes.
And was he present all through?
Yes.
Are you married?
I was divorced at after 25 years of marriage.
So why did he find it right to divorce you after 25 years of marriage?
I think people fall out of love.
But we cannot know how to love if you don't have God inside of us. So people don't fall out of love, because love is not something that we can control. Love is something that comes from above, from God to the man, from the man to the woman, to the woman to the children. That's how it flows. So if the man does not know God, and then there's no love in that marriage.
So how could you man?
What is the reason? What is the reason why he divorced? Or did you divorce him, or did he divorce you?
He divorced me. I will say he divorced me because After I graduated, then he said that I have to pay rent. We have to share to pay rent and buy food, or I can move out where I can pay rent of my own and buy my own food.
Oh, so your husband was not a provider. He thought
He
it was,
was providing.
but at some point he
Yeah,
thought it was right that
providing.
you two share bills.
Yes, and I thought that it was a way of getting rid of me.
Before you got married, had you forgiven your mother for putting some emotions in you?
I'm not aware of that.
Rather, had you fixed your identity before getting married?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, we attract who we are. Whoever we get married to is the same person that we are from within us. So we attract who we are. So if you don't have an identity, and how do you get an identity? You forgive your mother for putting her emotions in you, and you forgive your father for allowing your mother to put your emotions in you. And that's the only time you get an identity. That's the only time you know good. And when you know good, you attract good. How did you do that before getting into a marriage? Did you?
No.
Amazing, amazing. So you got into a marriage without an identity.
Yeah, I was not aware of that.
Oh, okay, okay. So it's not your fault anyway. So yeah, you attracted the wrong guy. And yeah, he took so much time, wasted a lot of time before he just kicked you out. But that was his intention from the beginning. Only that maybe what he was doing in terms of provision and maybe protection, whatever he was doing actually masked you from seeing the red flags all over. And then they came out 25 years later. You can imagine a man who gets intimidated because you graduated. Instead of him doing better so that he can actually provide exclusively, now he starts asking you to pay rent. He starts asking you to share bills. So yes, you chose the wrong person and it's not your fault. It was the fault of the spirit that was actually building a home in you, the spirit of evil. And the only way to get that spirit out of you was to forgive your mother and then forgive your father so that you identify with the father, the spirit of the father, and now you have the good. So do you have children with this man?
Yes,
How?
I have two boys.
You have two boys. Are you raising them?
Yeah, they are now grown up, 29 and 22.
So you separated when these boys were how old?
24 and 19.
Would you say they are independent? Are they married?
They are not.
Would you say they are independent?
Yeah, because they are staying on their own.
Oh, staying on your own does not mean you're independent. It just means you can pay bills.
Yeah, when they are providing for themselves.
Oh, they are providing for themselves.
Yes.
Have you asked for forgiveness from them? Because you see, when you separated, now the love got divided. And I hope you've never told them something ill about their father.
No, the father is the one who is doing that. As for me, no, I do not do that.
So have you asked them to forgive you?
No?
Have you asked them to forgive you? Because at some point they'll have to, because they will end up being in relationships that like just the one that you just ended. Do you know that? Because they'll right now they have a spirit of you and the father, and you see the father is weak. So these children will have to forgive all of you for them to get an identity so that their life opens up. Or else they will end up just like you. You know that?
So what must I say to them when I'm asking for forgiveness?
Just simply face them and tell them, hey, I've raised you into these sons that you are, but I want you to forgive me for actually imparting my false identity in you. And then you ask them to go and forgive their father.
Okay.
It is that simple, so that they get their own identities. At this moment in time, they have multiple identities. They have your identity, they have the identity of the weak father, and now they resent both of you. Maybe that's the reason why they're running away from you. So they so for them to get their own identity and know what is good and what is wrong, they have to forgive you and then they have to forgive their fathers. And then when they identify with the spirit of the father, that's them reconnecting with the God, because biological fathers are earthly representation of God to children.
Yeah, thank you. And as if you said that this man from the onset he was just using me, doesn't love me from the onset.
No, you see, listen, I think, yes.
I think it is true because I also said that to myself. I think from the onset, this man doesn't love me, but he wanted to use me.
No,
Want to have someone to.
No, you see, let me tell you this, the truth. Let me cut you short because I want to tell you the truth. The truth is, you did not have an identity when you attracted this man, and you attracted who you are. So all of you had the identity of evil. And now each one of you was using each other to just feel comfortable and feel complete because you thought, oh, this man loves me. So nobody loves you apart from God. So you thought that this man loved you just because he was providing. And he thought that you are the woman for him because you provided the sex. So he got lured into this, and I tell you this for free. Every man and every woman shows their red flags from the word go. The only problem with the men is we are so brainwashed or actually blinded with the sex, we forget the red flags. Women are blinded with what they are being done to. The man playing around with their emotions a little bit. They call them bad boys. They actually mask the spirit of evil by calling these men bad boys. So you attract who you are. So stop blaming him. He's gone. He's none of your business right now. Your business now is to seek the truth, and the rest shall be added unto you. So therefore, for you have to forgive your mother and forgive your father, so that you get your identity. And after you get that identity, now you can actually go and ask your sons to actually forgive you for actually messing them up. And then when you do that, tell them. Do not expect anything from them. Just tell them that, and then tell them to go and face their fathers, because they have to overcome their father also. Tell them to go to face their fathers, ask for forgiveness from their fathers, and whatever the father says should be none of their business. That's how you get an identity. And through that identity now, you get guidance from the identity from above.
Then they will go to their father and ask for forgiveness about what will they say to their father?
Why are you concerned about them? Why don't you fix you first? Because for them it's easy. They just come to you and tell you, hey mom, we've been resenting you for no good reason. We apologize. And whatever you say to them is none of their business. They leave you now. They go to the father and tell the father, hey dad, we saw what happened between you and mom, and it's unfortunate, but we realized we've been resenting you for no good reason. We apologize. Once they do that, they get their own identities. Whether you forgive them or you don't forgive them is none of their business. Because remember, human beings cannot forgive. It's God who forgives. But you must get them off. You must get these obstacles off your path of forgiveness. And that's how you get an identity.
Okay, as for me, to forgive my parents, they are no longer alive.
Then simply do a silent prayer and let go, let God.
Okay.
Yeah, do a silent prayer, let go, let God. But simply go and face your children and tell them to forgive you for actually imparting your own identity in them.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You deserve better. Go change your life for the better, okay?
All right.
Amazing conversation there, Prof. Thank you.